Imagine living with the thought of killing your wife. Well, that is exactly what happened to former Beatles star Ringo Starr. Today, we will be taking a look at the story behind this and find out if Ringo Starr actually killed his wife. Welcome to Yellow Submarine. In this video, we will be discussing the time Ringo Starr thought he killed his wife, Barbara Bach. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Without further ado, let's get started. Sir Richard Starkey MBE conceived July 7, 1940. Better known by his stage name, Ringo Starr, is an English artist, vocalist, musician, and entertainer who attained worldwide notoriety as the drummer for the Beatles. He every so often sang lead vocals with The Gathering, typically for one melody on every collection, including Yellow Submarine, With a Little Help from My Friends, and I Wanna Be Your Man. He additionally composed and sang the Beatles' melodies Don't Pass Me By and Octopus Garden, and is credited as a co-author of others. Starr was distressed by dangerous ailments during his adolescence, with times of delayed hospitalization. He momentarily stood firm on a foothold with British Rail before getting an apprenticeship as an engineer at a Liverpool hardware producer. Before long, a while later, he became inspired by the UK skiffle frenzy and fostered an intense reverence for the class. In 1957, he helped to establish his first band, the Eddie Clayton Skiffle Group, which produced a few esteemed neighborhood appointments before the prevailing fashion surrendered to American rock and roll around mid-1958. When the Beatles formed in 1960, Starr was an individual from another Liverpool bunch, Rory Storm and the Hurricanes. In the wake of making moderate progress in the UK and Hamburg, he quit the Hurricanes when he was approached to join the Beatles in August 1962. Supplanting Pete Best. Notwithstanding the Beatles movies, Starr has acted in various others. After the band's separation in 1970, he delivered a few effective singles, including the US top 10 hit, It Don't Come Easy, and two #1 hit singles, Photo and my personal favorite, You're 16. His best UK single was Ease Off Boogaloo, which topped at #2. He made business and basic progress with the 1973 collection, Ringo, a main 10 delivery in both the UK and the US. He is highlighted in various narratives, facilitated network shows, portrayed the initial 2 series of the kids' TV program Thomas and Friends, and depicted Mr. Conductor during the principal period of the PBS Youngsters TV series Shining Time Station. Beginning around 1989, he has toured with 13 varieties of Ringo Starr and his all-star band. Starr's playing style, which stressed over-specialized virtuosity, impacted numerous drummers to reevaluate their playing according to a compositional point of view. He likewise affected different present-day drumming procedures, like the coordination with grasp, tuning the drums lower, and utilizing stifling gadgets on apparent rings. As he would see it, his best recording exhibition was on the Beatles' Downpour. In 1999, Ringo Starr became a member of the Modern Drummer Hall of Fame. In 2011, Rolling Stone per-users named him the 5th most noteworthy drummer ever. He was drafted twice into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, as a Beatle in 1988 and as an independent craftsman in 2015, and was designated a Night Bachelor in the 2018 New Year's Honors for Administrations of Music. In 2020, he was referred to as the most affluent drummer on the planet, with total assets of $350 million. 16 years before they met and married, his present wife Barbara Bach was at the Beatles' 1965 Shea Stadium concert. Ringo Starr got married twice, first to beautician Maureen Cox in 1962, the same week that he joined the Beatles. They wedded in February 1965. Beatles chief Brian Epstein was the best man, and Starr's stepfather, Harry Graves, and individual Beatle George Harrison were observers. Their marriage turned into the subject of the odd melody, Treat Him Tender Maureen, by the Chiclets. The couple had 3 kids, Zach, conceived September 13, 1965, Jason, conceived August 19, 1967, and Lee, conceived November 11, 1970. In 1971, Starr bought Lennon's home Tittenhurst Park at Sunninghill in Berkshire and moved his family there. The couple separated in 1975 after Starr's rehashed acts of unfaithfulness. Maureen kicked the bucket from leukemia at age 48 out of 1994. Before her demise, Starr got married to Barbara Bach, an entertainer and actress who he had previously met in 1980 on the arrangement of the film Caveman. and they were hitched at Marylebone Town Hall on April 27, 1981. In 1985, he was the first Beatle to turn into a granddad upon the introduction of Zach's little girl, Tatia Jane Starkey. Zach is likewise a drummer, and he invested energy with The Who's Keith Moon. During his dad's customary non-attendance, he has performed with his dad during some all-star band events. Starr has 8 grandkids, 1 from Zach, 4 from Jason, and 3 from Lee. In 2016, he was the principal Beatle to turn into an extraordinary granddad. Ringo Starr's life took a downward twist the year after he and his better half Maureen, the mother of his 3 kids, had separated. The split, following 10 years of marriage, was inescapable after George Harrison's better half, Patty, got back to discover her significant other in bed with Maureen. After the Beatles split away, his musical career never took off, and he went to liquor and cocaine to beat weariness and gloom. By the mid-1980s, he was starting his days with a jug of Mumm champagne for breakfast and overcoming 16 jugs of wine a day. He said, and I quote, "I have photos of me playing everywhere, except I've no memory of it. I've played Washington with the Beach Boys, or thereabouts, they tell me. There's just a photograph to demonstrate it." It deteriorated, and the power outages deteriorated, and he recounted not having the foggiest idea where he had been, what he had done. In 1989, he went to court to stop the arrival of a collection he'd recorded during a particularly substantial period, affirming that he was drinking upwards of 16 containers of wine every day. Starr acknowledged he had an issue in the mid-80s. However, he didn't look for help for quite a long time, since he felt like he was struck expertly. He did not know how to do anything, except he was drunk. Some say during this period, alcohol was his only inspiration to do anything whatsoever, including music. He once said he could not play calmly. However, he couldn't also play while drunk. He was so deep into liquor abuse that he joined the famous Hollywood Vampires drinking club, where he drank with Alice Cooper and Mark Bolan. In 1976, Ringo shaved his head and eyebrows after a weighty meeting in Monaco. He later said he had been feeling enigmatically crazy and drinking some new wines. This also led him to slit his wrists. In 1981, Ringo married Barbara Bach, presently 72, an entertainer and model, most famous as Bond young lady Anya Amazova in The Spy Who Loved Me. In addition to the fact that addiction ensnared Ringo Starr, however, he says it likewise got his subsequent spouse, entertainer Barbara Bach. "She fell into the snare as a result of me," he told People. Starr added that Bach would attempt to fix us once in a while, yet that they'd fall once again into old propensities. "We used to go on long plane excursions, lease colossal estates, stock up the bars, stow away, and get disturbed." Starr and Bach wrote in the foreword of Getting Sober and Loving It, a book about liquor addiction by previous Beatles press official Derek Taylor, as Bach's daughter, Francesca Gregorini, additionally validated their liquor abuse. It was their medication's prime, and they were content to simply stay at home, drink, take drugs, and just hide out. Such a way of life might have hit its nadir in late 1988. Ringo arrived at the absolute bottom following one smashed evening. He thought he had killed his significant other. He recollected that, "I came to one Friday evening and was told by the staff that I destroyed the house so seriously they thought there had been robbers, and I destroyed Barbara so gravely they thought she was dead." He was unable to recollect whatever had happened due to the huge amount of liquor that he had required that day, which in all likelihood caused the memory slips. The couple looked into a therapy clinic in Tucson, Arizona in 1988. The main spot would permit them to share a room and be dealt with together, which they demanded. They have both been calm since the time of their recovery. At that point when he came out, Ringo launched the All-Star Band, which is made up of a series of wonderful artists. The All-Star Band runs to date. He is a workaholic while Barbara loves to ride horses. They are both active philanthropists, as they are involved in a lot of charities. Even though Ringo's independent albums are not welcomed with much respect for his legendary status, he has of late delivered one more album and a book of photos of his life. He has been scaling down recently. They have recently sold their homes in Monaco and Surrey and put their Colorado retreat available to be purchased. In 2015, there was an auction of Beatles memorabilia by Ringo, which included stage and studio drum sets. This auctioned item sold for a whopping sum of £6 million. He has several organizations in the Virgin Islands and is assessed to be definitely worth £20 million. He has his home in Los Angeles, purchased in 1991. which is a moderate 3.5 million pound 4-room building that is spread off Sunset Boulevard. He spends virtually the entirety of his time there. The famous drummer is much more appreciated in America than in England, his country of origin. He doesn't go out on numerous occasions. However, here and there, he and Barbara jump out for food locally at Craig's, the place where veggie lover food gets its segment on the menu, or top-of-the-line Chinese cafe, Mr. Chow. His well-being propensities, however, are those of an affluent Californian. He doesn't eat meat or fish by any means and burns through very little dairy. He has a fitness coach as well. "I have a great deal of energy," he has said, "and I go till I drop. Out and about, each day I'm in the recreation center by 9. Likewise, with regard to the cutting-edge way, he is on Twitter and wishes his fans and followers harmony and love practically every day. Both harmony and love are given to Ringo by his better half, who holds his life together. We hope that you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to receive notifications about all our future videos. Till next time, bye!